It feels oddly very nice to watch Star Wars in the cinema again. What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base. Today we're here for another After Cinema Reviews. Although it isn't a brand new film, today I'm here to talk about Star Wars The Phantom Menace for its 25th anniversary. What exciting news. Now, to get into sort of maybe a brief bit of background things, I have only watched The Force Awakens. Yeah, pretty much just The Force Awakens in the cinema for Star Wars content. And then now this, obviously, I've just missed everything else, really. I didn't really want to watch any of the sequel trilogy. And then there hasn't been a time when the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy has been in cinema for me. So I thought, as this has come out, I'm very excited to watch this. I went to go see it. What did I think? Now, off the bat, I grew up with the prequel trilogy, like many others in the sort of 90s. I still really enjoy the original trilogy, but for me, the sequel trilogy just takes the cake. I just enjoy that as a whole. I'm not trying to garner any hate or anything like that. Just for me, in my personal opinion, I prefer the prequel trilogy. Now, I know The Phantom Menace gets a lot of hate for characters such as Jar Jar Binks and things, but all around, I think this is a really, really solid film. It's a great beginning for where things are to go. I think all the characters are great, even despite Jar Jar Binks' clumsiness. Of course, if he wasn't in the film, it might have been even better, but I don't think he detracts from it. He's just a different type of character. We've certainly had other characters in other films and in other Star Wars films that are just equally as irritating, if not just more annoying and things. Jar Jar Binks is fine. Some of his weird clunkiness helps make the film go forward, and I'm okay for that. He's not in it 100% of the time. If he was, that would bother me more. Now, this film has the sort of the beginning of Anakin. This is where we meet Anakin, and we get to have him come back from Tatooine to sort of become a Jedi. We get to meet one of my favourite Jedis, being Qui-Gon Jinn, which it sucks that he only gets one film, but that's a story for another day. We get to meet Obi-Wan Kenobi, who other fans will have known from the original trilogy and things. We get to watch his journey of becoming a Jedi Knight and then raising Anakin, etc, etc. Pretty much if you've stumbled onto this, you know the story of Star Wars. I don't need to go into it and things. I don't know the quality of the Star Wars film that I watched in the cinema. I don't know if it was just 4K or what, but it all still looked really, really, really good on the screen. The fight scenes still look really good. When it comes to Star Wars, I am a fan. I would say I'm erring on the side of a big fan. When it comes to the films, because I watch them so infrequently, they almost feel like new films again when I get round to it, bar obviously knowing some bits. And the same was the case for watching this. I probably only watched The Phantom Menace a year or two ago, and whilst I remember, obviously the Darth Maul fight, I remember meeting Anakin, the pod race and things to do with the Gungan and things, but obviously, I forgot a lot of it. I couldn't remember a lot of the things happening, or just the order in which they happen, which makes it more exciting for me. I like that I'm allowed to sort of forget a little bit of what happens in these films to make it almost feel like a slight new experience. The pod race is always very fun for me to watch. I remember trying to play that on Lego Star Wars when that first came out, and that mission itself was a bit difficult, but there's just one thing, Star Wars for me was just an integral part of my childhood. I probably got into it around the sort of Attack of the Clones, sort of when Lego Star Wars got released, and then from that point it was just absorbing Star Wars, and I really enjoyed absorbing Star Wars. A point of view where this is now its 25th anniversary is bonkers to me, and it sucks that I've still got to wait probably another 2 or 3 years plus for Attack of the Clones and for Revenge of the Sith, but hey ho, they will come. I thought they might put more of the films in the cinema anyways, but they sadly didn't, because obviously we've just had May the 4th and things, and I try to at least absorb some form of Star Wars on May the 4th every day. And I watched a New Hope because I knew I was going to go see this, because I don't like starting from the middle or just watching the last one or something. I like to at least start from the beginning in some degree. We all know the story of the Phantom Menace. I think it gets a lot of unwarranted hate. I don't think it's that bad at all. I think it's actually quite enjoyable and one of the ones that people just need to enjoy more. Like, it's Star Wars. We're never going to be pleased by every aspect of Star Wars, but it's a film with certainly tons of merit. Getting to meet the Jedi Council, first meeting Yoda and Mace Windu, all very cool bits, although there was a very small emphasis on sort of like lightsaber duels and things. For the following two films, we get that and then some. There's enough in those to warrant the lack of it in this. And, you know, the scene with Darth Maul fighting Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, absolutely insanely choreographed. Like, it's incredible for, you know, a film like this to have just had Darth Maul in and for him to have made such an impact. Like, it's bonkers. Obviously we get more of him in the sort of Clone Wars series and in Rebels, and then like a slight bit in, I think it was Solo. But, you know, for me, sat in the cinema when when they go to the last sort of duel with Darth Maul, when he sort of like puts his hand out with his lightsaber and the red lightsaber pops out and then the other half pops out, that still made me just go, oh fucking hell, that's so cool. A double lightsaber was nuts to young Ben and is still nuts to old Ben. Getting to see Watto again is completely fine. He's like this weird character that like I kind of just like, I like but also just dislike him. Like, I dislike him as a whole, but there's just parts of me where I really kind of like his character in a weird way, and like I wish we got to see more of Watto. Like, I'd really enjoy I think I'd randomly just enjoy like a random like series for Watto, just watching him just go about his business and selling things and whatnot. I don't know, it'd randomly feel like one of those like scrap heap challenge things, just getting to see what he's got in there and what can be built. For me, I think it was probably because I was young, but I don't know if it was identifiable that Palpatine was Darth Sidious at this point at all. I don't know if that was just known to audiences that had experienced Star Wars before me or whatnot, but I don't even know if I clocked it in at Attack of the Clones, to be honest. I can't remember much of the Attack of the Clones as well, which I know is bad, but I don't know if to me it was like very obvious in this film, but I think that's because I know. I mean, this film has, you know, tons of merit. Boss Nass is a very, very cool character. Sebulba is a very, very cool character. You know, we get to see Bib Fortuna and Jabba the Hutt, you know, even if only slightly. Captain Panaka is a cool character for just a film. Same with Valorum and things. You know, we get to meet R2-D2 and C-3PO, some very beloved characters. All around, it did a very good job at starting a trilogy. Like, it set up things to do with the Sith, which was great. We got Anakin, and we're about to start his journey, and it's just all the set pieces and the backgrounds, they all looked fine. Obviously there's some bits where it looks quite dated, but, you know, we're talking 1999 for a big sci-fi film. Like, this looks still really, really good. And it's, you know, for me, for when this video goes out, I think all this week, I think they've still got the Phantom Menace. So if by chance you manage to catch this with enough time, I highly implore that you go watch this at the cinema. It's a great experience. You know, it's the same for me with like going to see anime in the cinema. It's nice. For the sequel trilogy, I went to watch The Force Awakens, and that was enough for me. I didn't need to see The Last Jedi. I didn't need to see The Rise of Skywalker. I just missed out on Rogue One and Solo, although I quite like those films, but it was nice to go reignite a love of Star Wars for me and watch it in the cinema. It was a great experience. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and tune in to another After Cinema Reviews here with me on Boomer Base. Take care now. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.